what the fuck is up? Welcome back to Nate Sunday Sesh. It's your boy Nate.
It's your boy Deej.
And we back, and today we have an extra podcast for y'all this week because Lord Sanctus is with us for the second time in the building.
Hey.
Finally back with the good shit though. This
Yeah,
time
what's
ain't the
good?
webcam days no more.
You know, I had to come get my upgrade episode on too. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you feel me?
So,
And we have a special little like treat for you guys too, because the day this is coming out, he's dropping a new song, so we're gonna do like a little listening party type shit, backing in the music videos at the end. So it'll be tight.
It'll be
hell
sick.
yeah, hell yeah, I appreciate
Super
it.
sick.
All right, so I think I kind of just want to start off like how you been, bro? Like since the last time you've been on here, like shit, it's been a whole last year, I guess,
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
people, because
Yeah,
we've
for-
obviously been communicating, but
Yeah.
like,
It's gotta be like legit close to a year.
It has, yeah. It's been very close to a year, and it's I mean, it's been good, and I'm excited, man. I just like seeing where everybody has come to in just a year is fucking nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like for the past, or probably week and through next week, there's enough media on the coast that like, or on or from the coast that like, I'm doing a press run for 2 weeks straight. I couldn't have did that last year. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
Like,
feel that.
that shit it blows my mind. It's so dope to me. So I'm excited just to see what comes, and like picking the top 5 nominees this year was so hard, and like, I mean, for last year was hard, and seeing what's going on this year is gonna be fucking impossible. I feel like it's just so much talent coming out and so many things moving that I'm excited to see what's going to happen for the future for sure.
When does that top 5 list come out?
So we just dropped it. I'm gonna probably let the second nominee list marinate for another week or so, and then drop who the top 5 are. I just high key like it's unorganized as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm just I want to do a press day. Like so, I have to like figure out. I want everybody to come on the same day and like do all the shit on the same day. We didn't do that last year. Like I went from city to city and met up with people, and it's just that was a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I want to just have one day where everybody can meet up, and I have to just make sure that can happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want the top 5. The top 5 article and the top 5 content to come out too far after the announcement. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I feel
I'm just
that.
trying to get more organized, at least in the announcement of who the top 5 is, so I don't waste their time and I don't break my back trying to do this, edit this shit. That's why it took so long to come out, because it's just me and I'm trying to build the label and sign artists, do my album, do everybody's album, edit shit, go out, take pictures. It's a lot. So.
And you fucking that part 2 is like an hour and 6 minutes or
It's
something.
an hour and a half, yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't even get to listen to the whole thing. I think I listened like 30 minutes while I was at work, and then I can't. The part about those things is I can't lock my phone and then listen to it.
Yeah,
so I'm
the
like, fuck.
YouTube, you have to have YouTube Pro. It's like I'm not getting another.
Is it
fucking
on
subscription.
actual YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Oh, okay, I'll do that next time, because I was on Connect the Coast website
Yeah,
watching
no,
it.
subscribe to YouTube. Subscribe to Connect the Coast on YouTube. It's on
Alright,
there
bet.
for sure.
Bet I'll do that next time then, because I didn't know, like I couldn't lock the website. You feel me?
I got you.
Yeah, but that shit's tight. Who was on the part 2? Since I didn't really hear too much of it.
Shit, it was a lot of nominees. I'm probably gonna leave some off, but I know for a fact there's FG, Lil Bones, Young Braids, Braille, Oxnard Pugs, Shy to Mac, fucking Lil CXS, fucking there's a few more. I'm leaving. I can't remember, but there's a few more people.
Do you have those the Slump Boys on like in the nominees at all?
I've been listening to. I mean, and this is just a personal thing. I see that people really fuck with them, but I haven't heard a song of theirs that like moves me personally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Like,
feel that.
So
I fuck with that one song that popped off. It's like I don't know the title. That's kind of.
but I've been to their shows in Oxnard and shit. Like,
Are they dope live?
they got a crazy energy. You know what I'm saying? They got that hooligan like fucking goon energy. So
That's sick.
it's dope. But like I said, like for me, it's not even that I think I mean, who am I to say anybody's whack? It's just like I'm looking for things that move me. You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard anything from them that moves me particularly. So
For sure. I feel that. Kind of like moving on, like with things that have happened in the past year, you kind of turned Connect the Coast into like a record label too since the last time you've been on the podcast. So
yeah, I mean, that was the goal the whole time, honestly. But it just, you can't. There's not a point of putting out content as a label if you don't have the audience yet. So I knew like Connect the Coast as a whole was always meant to be like a media / event company / marketing firm / record label / publishing company. So over the last year, I've been putting all those pieces in place as far as like incorporating, getting the publishing company down, finding the artists that I think I can do something for, getting a studio space, doing all that shit. Like,
are we allowed to talk about the artists?
Yeah,
like
for sure.
D
for
Banks,
sure. Yeah.
Gia, and
D
then
Banks, Central Coast Gia, Shorty Doo Wop. I would say Jay Riley's an affiliate. I wouldn't say he's not on the team, but he's an affiliate, and he's a close friend of the circle. Yeah,
that's tight.
And still looking, still trying to scoop people up. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
Connect the Coast has grown fucking huge. I just remember it always kind of pops up whenever we talk and sit down. I remember you come pulling up to Nate's the summer bash.
yeah.
And that was like the initial things of getting the ball rolling. And ever since then, I think you've grown tremendously. I'm stoked to see where it's at, and I'm stoked to see where it's still gonna go. So.
I appreciate it. Me
Yeah,
too.
bro.
I mean, it's funny to think that like the whole thing just started off of pulling up. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally scanning Instagram. I see you're throwing a pool party. I'll pull up. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really know who FG Thriller was. Like I hit him up. I'll pull up. That's just really what it comes down to. Like I'm gonna pull up. And figure it out. And that's lately what I've been doing a lot in Ventura and Oxnard. You feel what I'm saying? And like I think the key to the coast I actually know the key to the coast really popping off is them fucking with us and us fucking with them. Like we really have to mix and mingle because it's the same energy that's happening up here is happening down there, just in a different way. And it's really dope to see. You feel what I'm saying? And like we have a different sound than they have. They're way more like hippie beach. Like the young dudes are like, they're turned up, but like the 20 somethings, the 21 to 25-year-olds, they're like on some other shit. There's just a lot of different eclectic tastes, but it's all hip hop shit, you know what I'm saying? And they have a print magazine, Underground Hip Hop, which is super crazy.
That's dope. I saw that. How was that? Like when you went to the whole event and everything?
It was dope, bro. Like it's dope because when you go into something like that not knowing what to expect, you know what I'm saying? And like you get there and it's like they do a lot of their events at it's like a rehearsal space / recording studio, and it's upstairs and downstairs, and I think it can hold like 200 people, which is about the size of the library, but they pack that bitch out. They throw events there, and like fucking it seems like to me down there the major difference between here and there is that they have like their people support pretty much anything, and our people don't up here.
Yeah.
But they don't necessarily have the artists who are packaged as well as we are packaged. Like there's at least 10 artists up here who like I think with the right looks, with the right opportunity could take off because they're packaged well, you know what I'm saying? Like whereas down there I haven't seen that yet, you know what I'm saying? There's talented people that got the dope sound, but everybody seems to be like needing one more thing or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Whereas I feel like there's a lot of people up here who don't really need anything other than the audience and that opportunity, you know what I'm saying? And I think that the people like that down here can find those fans down there. And I feel like the artists down there I feel like the reason we don't get the response from the fans up here that we want is because the fans up here are looking for music like they're doing down there. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm almost wholeheartedly like positive if we swapped and we attack there and they attack here, it's over for everybody. Like super over.
Yeah, I feel that. I've always wondered that too, because I haven't even done a show outside of Paso yet. So I've always thought about like even expanding to like different cities around here. Like,
like
what the looks are.
The type of music you do, like in Oxnard, Ventura and shit, that's the sound. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's the whole wave that's going on. Whereas like one of the most poppin' bands that seemed to get the best reaction. They had a live element behind them, and they're more like Revolution, which is what everybody fucking loves up here. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I know if we did that swap, it would be over.
Yeah.
Plus, we'd have 150-mile radius of land that our music is shooting between. You feel me? Like, there's no way that we wouldn't amass like the biggest audiences locally, because that's a big space. There's 4 radio stations and unlimited amounts of places to perform between that 150 miles. We wouldn't need to go anywhere. We wouldn't need to go to the Bay. We wouldn't need to go to LA. If we had from Paso to Oxnard or Simi Valley on lock, we wouldn't need to go anywhere. We could niggas could go platinum just from here.
Yeah, I feel that. That honestly, like, just you putting that in perspective. There's 4 major stations around here, other than like, so there's Wild 106.
Wild 106, 95.7 The Beat, out of Santa Maria. 103.3 The Vibe, out of Ventura. And then I don't know the station numbers, but Rico and Mambo's station in Oxnard as well.
Okay.
So that's 4. And I think there's one more hip hop one that I'm leaving out, but there's definitely 4.
That's fire. That's super fire.
Yeah, just that broad range gives different eyes sets on different people.
Exactly.
You know, I feel like in some cases, a lot of people get tunnel vision.
Yeah.
And stick in the same spot, stick in the same area, and definitely people, I feel like when they look at local artists, they should broaden their horizons and see what's local and what's popping around them.
That's a fact. I mean, I think that if we just stick to our area code 805, which goes all the way down there,
for real,
we'll see what's up, you know. And I know that if we galvanize as artists and do that, then we'll literally be unstoppable. Like, it's crazy because we don't have any competition. Like Kyle and Anderson .Paak and Madlib, they don't give I mean, I'm not saying they don't give a fuck, but they're already popping, so they're not worried about getting those stations to play them. They're not gonna try to take our spots here. They're on tour around the world doing Coachella, shit like that. So we could literally do like, this is a rare thing to have, you know what I'm saying? And I know it works because I've been doing it for 2 years now, and I see the growth every day. I see how fast it grows just by pulling up and saying, hey, what's up? My name's so-and-so. This is what I do. How can we link? That's all Connect the Coast was built off of. That's it.
That's fire. What's the show, like the show venue opportunity down there?
I mean, I think there's already a lot in existence, and I think that if you know the movers and shakers of down there sat down with the movers and shakers of up here, we could really figure that out. But just off the top of my head, I know Casa Lopez is a dope ass club where like OT Genesis is performing there in 2 weeks in Oxnard. Lions Head Studio or wherever they did that thing, that's a venue. There's like 3 or 4 other clubs in Ventura. There's at least 6 or 7 clubs in Santa Barbara. There's, I mean, the whole High Garrett and Slow, Manny's, Pappy McGregor's. I don't even.
Pappy McGregor's will let us do some shit?
I'm sure we could. You feel what I'm saying? We can make, especially if we move like that and we're doing spots like that all over the coast. There's nothing we couldn't do. You feel what I'm saying? The only reason they can tell us no now is because we don't have the leverage. But if we grow like that, no one could tell us no.
Yeah, I feel
Period.
that. I feel that. That'd be sick. So what's like what's the future for like the record label? Are you gonna add any more artists or anything?
Always, yeah. I want to add producers. I really, really, really want to sign directors. You feel what I'm saying? I want to be the first label focused on signing directors, because we just live in such a visual society that, like, the song ain't really even out until the video's out. You know what I'm saying? So, and I see a lot of dope young talent coming up on the coast that with a little tweaks here and there that I think they could be dope. So that's what I have my eye on the most is directors. But I want to sign writers, producers, directors, engineers, fucking stylists. Just, I want to have everything in-house eventually, so we don't have to go nowhere, and everybody's from the coast. Everybody has opportunity, and we can all eat and mix and match. You know what I'm saying?
So the ceiling's a roof on that bitch, basically.
Exactly.
You just want to keep growing and growing and hit every outlet, hit every corner, nook and cranny.
I wanna buy signed podcasters. I wanna, like I said, I wanna be a media company, not just rec music, but it'll have a record label like business format, but it won't just be rappers and singers. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. That's super dope. What's the future for you? I mean, you have this song coming out that we're gonna watch in a little bit, but like you talked about a little bit before about an album.
Yeah, so I have a EP coming out called God of the Coast, and you're God of the Coast. You're gonna see a lot of EPs coming out from Connect the Coast, and I'm never gonna stop rapping. You feel what I'm saying? I love to do it, but now it's not to be like the best rapper, or like to be the most poppin'. It's just to promote my brand and show people like, hey, if you fuck with us, you can do. Like, I'm 38 years old doing what the fuck I want to do the way I want to do it, and D Banks is doing what he wants to do the way he wants to do it. Gia's doing it the way she wants to do it. Shorty's doing it the way he wants to do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's all hyper focused on the artist and the artist needs. It's not about how can we monetize this. I mean, it is about monetizing content, but that's not the sole focus, and that's not what drives us. You know what I'm saying? It's all from a creative, artistic perspective, because I have been part of that corporate machine where the corporatism sucks the artistry and the fun out of the creative process. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to create a home for artists where they can just be artists and know that, you know, there's full transparency. If they want to see what their splits are, if they want to see what their earnings are, there's no hiding that. If they get a bigger opportunity, I'm not gonna 1501 them. I'm not gonna treat them like Meg Thee Stallion. You feel what I'm saying? You see that opportunity, go do it. I'm gonna treat them so right that hopefully they don't want to leave. You feel what I'm saying? And that's where I'm coming from. I just want to create a comfortable place for really dope artists to create and grow and learn.
That's pretty dope. That's really respectable too, because like a lot of things you see, a lot of horror stories too. Like Lil Wayne was in that fucking 10 album deal or some shit crazy with Birdman, and just like, I don't know, you just see a bunch of shit. Like
and
that
you just
nowadays.
you see everyone commenting or posting like, oh yeah, my label didn't let me drop any music for you guys. My label's doing this. My label's doing that, and it's cool to hear that you're not like, nah. You just like, you give them the opportunity, like, yeah, you want to drop that song, fucking drop it, bro. When the homies are ready for it, drop it.
Well, and it's not even that. See, and what I'm really trying to do is get in the way of that, because what it more so comes down to, hey, I got this record, I want to drop it. This is my idea, and I say, okay, cool. This is how we make that idea actually viable, and how we make it have the impacts you want it to have. You feel what I'm saying? And just kind of. And it really comes from an approach of, this is what I think. Like I tell D Banks this all the time. I'm gonna always tell you what I think, but I'm gonna always do what you want to do. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's the motto. I tell Shorty that. I tell Gia that. Like, if I disagree with you, like for the Pop It video, we had a scene. I'm not gonna talk about the scene, but me and D Banks heavily disagreed about it, and me, D Banks, and Captivitas heavily disagreed. They were on their side and I was on my side, and they did not want to budge, and we were going head to head, but I was giving my reasons and my reasons why. But then when Dorian gave his reason, I was like, okay, cool. Like, we're gonna do, which is your song, your video. Ultimately, like I said, I'm always gonna tell you what I think, but we're gonna do what you want to do.
Damn, you can't talk about the scene.
Nah, I'm not gonna talk about the scene.
Damn, I had to try for the people, you know what I'm saying?
But that shit was popping, for real.
Nah, I'm happy with how it turned out, though,
it's
for
cool.
sure.
Captivitas killed that shit again.
Yeah, he's the man right now. He's the man.
He's hot on the coast right now, for sure.
Him and Angelo. But Angelo is just not fair, bro. Like, he's so creative. Like, he's like the Beyonce of director.
And he just shot that video for AD, so he's like out of here
lit.
already.
And I asked him about that yesterday, and he was, I guess him and AD have always had a relationship. Like, he's done mad shit for AD. So
I've seen that in the past. I think like when I first was looking up like his videos for when I was gonna do my video a year ago, I saw that he did like some B-roll for, it was a bigger director company, but that Mr. Criminal Wiz Khalifa video, he did like some, I think it was either like the first like opening scenes of him in the Rolls Royce and shit, getting on the helicopter, and then he did AD like a bunch of different songs for that. And then there was one other big person too that I saw.
OT Genesis probably. He was telling me last night because I didn't really know Angelo's history, and he was breaking it down for me. I was like, oh shit, like
he has some serious years underneath his belt.
He's on a different tier.
He's mega legit.
Like, I think it's like he said like 15 years, 20 years, or some crazy shit like that doing videos.
Yeah.
So because he said he used to do a bunch of videos in like the Bay Area. And
that's
stuff.
where they lived and shit. Yeah, he was breaking that down for me and like, but. Peep this. So, and I didn't know this. He moved back to the coast for the same reason that I just talked about. He said, you know, we have these relationships in LA and we can go there whenever we want, but, and I'm paraphrasing, we can go there whenever we want, but there's no competition on the coast. There's nobody that's gonna do what we're gonna do out here. You feel what I'm saying? And like the fact that it's like, I really believe in that shit, that fucking serendipitous, like the Akashic field type shit where people have same ideas at the same time, like how two people created the radio at once in two different places. Mm-hmm. That's what's happening right now. And I feel like Angelo had the same idea I had, and we've never had that conversation. The dude in Andrew and Ventura, who has an underground magazine, had that same idea. We've never had that conversation. You feel what I'm saying? Like you and Mike have similar ideas and you guys don't really talk at all. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of great ideas being executed in different ways around here. And when you see shit like that, that's like what popped off the Renaissance era in fucking France and Italy and shit back in the day with Da Vinci and shit. There's a lot of smart and talented people doing a lot of the same dope shit in different ways, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what's happening out here on the coast.
It's a shame, honestly. Me and him don't really talk that much. I reached out a couple of times, but he low-key just left me on red.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that was low-key.
I feel like I might need to be like a Fat Joe in a situation.
Well,
like
I
that.
just think it makes so much sense to make content together,
I
but
agree.
like I don't know, like it was just the way I'm way over everything. I know I said what I said, and
I honestly don't think he thinks about it like I can't speak for him, but we haven't had that conversation. You feel what I'm saying? But I do think that you guys. I personally just want to see you guys have a conversation on camera. You know what I'm saying?
I've never had this specific topic talked about on camera, period. So like I feel like I needed to say that because I'm not, there's no beef on my side. Like I feel like it'd be a good content at the end of the day.
Some young heads mixing with the old bull, you know?
Hell yeah. And I, like I said, I'm not speaking for him, but I don't think, I'm speculating, I don't think there's beef on his side either. You feel what I'm saying? Like I just do know that what I will say is we've had the discussion and I know the specifics behind it, so I know that it's not you involved, but there are a couple of artists that have just, local artists that have left a bad taste in his mouth. And so overall, he's just not fucking with local artists. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know if that has to do with why he's not communicating. I don't know, but I do know that we have that conversation a lot of and like I said, I know specifically who he's talking about, but it's just been a lot of shit that has just been made him be like, I'm just doing my talk straight into the camera by myself shit and fuck everybody kind of thing. You know?
Yeah. Which he's got a bunch of views and shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's got his wave going for sure. It's tight.
Yeah, it's fire. So can we talk about like the albums and stuff that are coming out on Connect the Coast?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm like these next rollouts are crazy. Like I think it's just gonna be nonstop for the next couple months, which I'm super excited about.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
actually, now you're saying that.
So March 12th, D-Bank's The Edgewater EP comes out, which was a crazy experience. We tried to record an EP in 24 hours. I rented out the Edgewater Hotel in Pismo Beach, and I told D-Banks, who do you want? And he called people he wanted. So he got FG Thriller, Central Coast Gia, Shorty Doo-Wop to come out. And we was in that bitch for 24 hours trying to make an EP. We failed. We didn't do it in 24 hours. And the shit we did record, my hard drive crashed that day. And so I ended up losing like everything. So then I had to just rent another hotel and re-record everything at Madonna. Then my hard drive crashed again. So then I had to rent Apple Farm, and we got that bitch done. So there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that went into this project, and it's super fucking dope. It's only 4 records, but that shit drops March 12th, the day before the big long haul show. Then March 13th, my video comes out. March 20th, Jay Riley and Shorty Dub have a record called Rebel Remix that's super fire that's coming out. March 27th, Gia has a single coming out called Cold Bitch Winter instead of Hot Girl Summer. And fucking then her album comes out 2 weeks after that. Then my album comes out the week after her album. Then we're cycling back around to D Banks, and then Shorty Doo Wop has an album after that.
That's
And
fire. So
by
you guys
that
like have a
time-
You
whole.
got a fat lineup coming
and then
up.
by that time we'll probably have more albums done. We're gonna have a CTC EP like with all of us and shit. So we just got a lot of shit down the pipeline coming out
That's fire. That's fire. How often do you guys record? Like,
every week.
yeah.
Every week we link up a couple times a week at the spot, and you know I'm constantly sending out beats like, hey, I think you would sound dope on this, and then they always just are gathering beats on their own. You know what I'm saying? So. And you know, I'm excited. Like I'm excited about everybody's project, but I'm high key excited about Gia's shit just because she's literally coming from like literally nothing. Like Shorty rapped before he knew me. Banks rapped before he knew me. Gia had never. She rapped, but she never did any songs before she knew me. You know what I'm saying? So like to see her go from not having no songs at all to like. I'll be walking down slow and hear people playing Pop It, and it's like always her verse all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a crazy thing to see or hear.
That's dope. You've heard it out like just walking
like
around.
mad times, like mad, or like I'll show up at the club downtown and they'll be playing it. Like I'm not even in the building, or none of us are in the building, and the DJs play it. Like that. That's the kind of impact that I've been talking about since I started Connect the Coast, and I've been waiting for since I started Connect the Coast. Like that's the illest feeling in the world to like fucking go downtown and just. The DJs don't know you're coming, and you're walking by and you just hear your shit. Like, or I go to the dispensaries and the weed spots and they're playing Connect the Coast shit, and it's dope.
Yeah, that is super dope. You guys have hella fucking songs on ice. Then it's like how many songs is that?
Lots.
These is like lots. How long are all the EP is like?
We're just doing 4 to 5 song joints.
For sure,
Short
just
attention,
little.
yeah. Just like we just back to back to back, and you know people don't have that big of attention span. We're not that known yet. You feel what I'm saying? Like
You're just trying to throw teasers out there too, in a sense.
Exactly.
Like this is what I'm capable of.
Yeah.
This is probably what's gonna
And then
happen.
like Gia's whole thing, which I also love, is she's only doing one verse songs until like she's determining what success looks like to her. But she's gonna be like, if you want me to add a second verse to this song, I need to get this many plays or this many streams. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or else I'm not gonna spend my time just so y'all motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm on to the next record. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
And I never heard an idea like that, and I was like, that's dope. Fuck it.
I feel that. You should. I'm excited to see how that goes. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like just because I never really thought about that. So I didn't know they were all one verse. I guess I didn't really.
She don't have any songs that have more than one, except for Pussy Pop. But Pussy Pop is not even it's the whole song is a hook, and that song is only for TikTok. Like the whole song is section by section of things you can do on TikTok. So that's the only point of Pussy Pop. Like I don't really look at that as a real song. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, I didn't even really realize that. Is TikTok that big? Because I hear a lot of people talking about
It's
doing stuff on there.
It's the biggest thing in existence right now, for sure. Yeah,
I didn't even.
yeah. It's
Well,
the only thing.
I heard their algorithms is up like really good for the content creators.
That's a fact, especially musicians. Like, it's crazy because they have like basically they tell you what like TikToks when it comes to music, they're really big on challenges. So they'll tell you like what the trending challenges are, and then what's good for artists is like if you have songs that fit within those challenges, you can just use your song for the challenge because the song doesn't really matter. The hashtag is what matters. You feel what I'm saying? So people just look through the hashtags, and if they see that your version of the hashtag that they like, they're gonna do it to your song. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why so many people are blowing up, like Lil Nas X or Ash Nico or whatever, like because people just see these challenges done to the songs that they like, and they're like, oh, I like that song, I'm gonna do it to that, and it just takes off.
That's weird. That's crazy. I've never even been on TikTok before, so I don't even
Like
really know what
twice.
it's like.
Yeah, now Win got a poppin' ass song on TikTok, like challenges going crazy.
Really?
Yeah,
What
they're
song?
all the same.
All the same.
Yeah.
I think I saw like like little videos of that, but I didn't know it was like popping off.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. That's super. Are you doing shit on TikTok?
Nah, man, I feel like I'm too old for that shit, bro. I don't. That's not for me. I think I might get on Triller just because it's like the rap version of TikTok and it's all rap.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, nah, that's
Because TikTok's like every single genre, and you can do like fucking act out voice shit too, huh?
Yeah.
I've seen some funny ass like people who make fun of some really bad TikToks. Like that's the only thing I see on TikTok.
Yeah. Like I feel like you have to have like a really like bubbly personality to be good at TikTok and shit, and I don't have that. So.
Is it like Vine at all? Like,
It is. It is the new Vine. It's the same company.
Really?
Yeah, it's the same company.
Damn. So they bounce back stupid hard.
Because I think Vine turned into Musical.ly, and then Musical.ly turned into TikTok.
Interesting. I remember that Musical.ly thing, the Musical.ly random app too. What are the streams like for artists on TikTok in the back end? Like
wild, bro. And I think once you hit, don't quote me on this, but I feel like once you hit like 10,000, it might be 50,000 subscribers or more, 50,000 followers or more. Every time you go live, you can get super chats.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's like mad people just making hella bread.
You can go live on TikTok?
Yeah.
That's
And you
crazy.
get super chats.
Damn.
So people just donate mad bread to you once they like you on there.
What the fuck? That's insane. I didn't even realize that was a thing. Yeah. Might have to make DJ be the TikTok guy for Nate.
All you gotta do is set up another tripod and just hit live stream while you do it. But I don't even think you can go live until you get 1,000 followers.
That's how YouTube is too. You can't get monetized until you get like 400,000 hours of watch time within the last year, which is or something like that, and then or 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I know I'm 14 subscribers away from 1,000. So
on Connect the Coast
from Lord Sanctus. So go subscribe, please, because I want to monetize my shit.
You don't get backfilled monetization bucks, do you? Because they still play ads on our shit.
Yeah, no, I don't think you don't get retroactively paid for it. I don't think so. But
it wouldn't make sense for them to do that. But like, still, I see ads on our shit sometimes, and I'm like, damn, that's fucked.
Yeah,
like we don't even get paid for that, but it's YouTube for you. So, so what's the whole like vision for D Banks's EP since that's dropping this week, or it would have dropped yesterday? So
okay, yeah. So fucking. I mean, I don't know what his version of it would be, but for me, like I think everybody recognizes that D Banks is talented and that he has the potential to be something. But I feel like everybody has I feel like all of us artists around here have fans, I'm going to put them in quote mark, that they're not true fans because they know us and they have access to us. We're so accessible that like they support us and they think it's cool what we do, but they're not necessarily fans. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think that this EP, and I hope that this EP will generate actual fans and turn those people into fans. And I think that's what it's going to do. Like I know people are watching Pop It now and being like, oh shit, like he's for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that they didn't think that before, but I just want to drive that home a little more.
Yeah, no, I get that. Because I remember I pulled it to, we were at a party once, and D Banks is spinning out in the back. And that's when I became like a fan of whatever he was going to do. And then seeing him blowing up, I've definitely developed that, not quotation fan. I'm definitely a fan of D Banks. You know, seeing him put the work out and put it in motion per se.
To hear that is that's exactly like why I do this shit, is to hear that. To me, that's the dopest shit in the world.
Yeah, because D Banks spin in the backyard, you're like, damn, you just throw on a beat and start spin, and then, you know, you wait. I think that was like 3-4 years ago, and then now you see him producing real songs, producing a music video, great content, and like it's cool.
You want to know what's crazy? Like the first night I met D Banks, I told him we would be at this point. That was 2 years ago. The first night I met him, I told him, come fuck with me, come sign with me. The first night.
That's dope.
And I told him we would be at this point. And it took him 1.5 years to accept my offer. And then it took 6 months from that point to get to this point. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I have my foresight is so crazy that like, for instance, like I've been holding on to Saint Elsewhere for over a year, because we shot that at Cloudfest, almost a year, because Cloudfest was in April. So we shot that video at Cloudfest. That's the one you performed. Did you perform at 4th of July?
4th of July.
4th of July, okay. So we shot that video at Cloudfest, and while I was shooting the video, I was seeing all the moments that were happening, and I was like, okay, fuck, like FG, he's probably gonna be that guy. Dab, people are gonna know him, this and this and that. So I was like, I gotta hold on to this video until those faces are more recognizable. You feel what I'm saying? So now when you watch my video, you recognize that shit is the coast. All the artists you love, all the artists you fuck with are in this video. You know what I'm saying? And like, Gia wasn't Gia at this point, really. You feel what I'm saying? And now she's in the video, and you recognize all these faces. You know what I'm saying?
Real.
And I knew that, okay, I gotta hold this until those faces are recognizable. And like now, it's even wilder to me, because when I take pictures, before I would just take pictures when I saw a good scene, but now when I see a good scene, my mind instantly jumps to like 10 or 15 years in the future, where I'm like, I could see a VH1 documentary where they use that picture, or like where they maybe interview DJ talking about, yeah, I heard D-Banks freestyle in the back, and I could think of the picture that I took today that they're gonna use in 15 years that shows that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just see into the future so crazy. It's weird. And like, the more confident I feel about how realistic my vision is, the more likely it is to happen. That's how it usually goes. And I'm like I'm so confident about the future of Connect the Coast Records that I don't feel wrong. I know I'm not wrong. Like, I already know what's gonna happen. Now I'm just putting the pieces in play to, like, I know we're gonna look back at this interview and they're gonna be like, yeah, he said that shit was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that right now.
I'm definitely excited to hear all the music. You said Shorty has a EP too?
Shorty has 2 EPs, but I'm not saying he's the most creative, like he's better than everybody, but like he has the most creative mind. Like, his creativity doesn't stop at his music. You feel what I'm saying? Just the way he moves through life has art in it. You know what I'm saying? So like, getting him to like hone in on, he just loves to create. It just comes out of him. So getting him to be like, okay, I need you to focus on these 5 records or these 8 records and knock this out. It takes time, because his mind is just constantly going, constantly creating, which is the best kind of problem to have. You know what I'm saying? So, and being a creative, I hate when my creative process is interrupted, so I'm not going to get in the way of his. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope that we have his project ready to go and out by mid-April, but I can't guarantee that that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been looking forward to some Shorty music for sure.
But he has records he has all the records are done. You feel like, not done, but he has a lot of records ready to go. But like, I've been telling him from the jump, like, there's nothing wrong with the content you're releasing it. The only thing wrong is the way you're releasing it. So we can't just throw shit out just to be throwing it out no more. It has to like roll out the right way. So
yeah.
You know,
we'll take a break and we'll watch St. Elsewhere after this, because fucking DJ just went to take a piss.
Let's do it.
And we back. All right, so now we're just gonna get straight into St. Elsewhere. This is gonna be post. We're gonna be watching it on this little screen out here, but you guys will see this shit all big, like how it used to be back in the streaming days. Thank God we have better video quality though, because Jesus Christ, I went back and watched our interview for like a little bit, and that shit was gross looking. Jeez.
Look at the come up.
And you tagged me in something too, and I was like, fuck, that looks so bad, bro. So it is what it is. This is gonna have a little bit of a buzz, but I'm gonna put different audio in anyway.
For sure.
The best thing about this thing is it does separate tracks for each mic, and I can edit it like it's an audio interface.
That's dope.
So, all right, this is St. Elsewhere. This is already out. Where is it out at?
LordeSanctus.com, connectthecoast.co, and of course YouTube, and it'll be on Vivo in 10 days.
All right, bet. This is St. Elsewhere, Lord Sanctus.
I fucking love Pirates Cove. So
yeah.
clean. Such a dope little area to get shot.
Riding round, I'm riding round. Bumping Biggie through the speaker. Wolf is shaking like a seizure. Passenger look like Moesha. Seeing sound, I'm seeing sound. Heard they call that synesthesia. Rolling up and puffing Keisha. Smoking till I get amnesia. Bless up. Gotta say it with your chest up. Yeah. This is a song for the IG
I love this sound, bro.
with the double D breast cups. Yeah. Relax and take notes with it. I got a glass bone and I take tokes with it. I'm dead serious, a nigga don't joke with it.
See
I
what
go
I'm saying?
hard, so I don't
bro.
go broke with it. Flow dope as an opiate. We go ultra big, that's why I feel so
Reese.
appropriate. Young Nee's my associate. KO, I'm the poster kid for St. Elsewhere.
And then even if you don't know their names, you see them girls in the stories on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Who's on the hook?
Her name's Ramona, bro. She was my favorite singer at my church when I grew up. And
That's dope.
So it took me like a year. I begged her, because she don't really like to sing non-Christian things. You know what I'm saying? So I begged her to get on it, and she finally did it. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
This song took me 2.5 years to make, man. With all the instruments. And
This full dad poppy geeking.
When you live in a vacuum, a brother like me sees life as a classroom with a mean girl getting head in the bathroom, beating on the cheeks till they red like a baboon. The boy got style, no beat out Sassoon. Party all night, then I sleep in past noon. Hitting up Jay like, yo, what's been say? We at Judd Mountain, kicking it like senseis, killing shit. Coming straight out of St. Elsewhere, the flow. Think I need some health care. It ain't broke, don't put it on the welfare. We in the left field, ain't nobody else there. Legendary, extraordinary. About to hit the road, the more the merry. Don't you pack no bags, it's more to carry. We out. I'm running down the road.
I fuck with that vest. That vest is hard.
Yeah, that vest is hard.
I got that shit like 5 colors.
DJ Brother C. That's time.
See, Pyola has all this exclusive shit that they be wearing by
Yeah,
themselves.
that they don't
Fuck
like. They
them
don't.
fools. I'd be salty, bro. That was dope.
That's what I'm saying. Like this is part of my play too. Remember I said this. I'm wearing Pior on all my interviews, so they have no choice but to give it to me.
Yeah.
See, but this shit super feels like the coast, right? Like
No, it
I
does.
feel like every song on my album feels like a city from the coast, and this is San Luis Obispo, like Pismo, Avila,
Yeah.
but San Luis Obispo. Saint Elsewhere is like my nickname for San Luis Obispo. So
I mean, shit. The visuals on it captured I just thought like, damn, that's like the coast.
exactly,
That's the coast.
that's the whole point.
Yeah,
That's
you
the
know?
exact point. We're literally as far to the coast as you could get on California's elbow with the most coast people you can imagine. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's the coast,
And
100%.
I think the coolest part, what you incorporated, is the people who pull up to your events.
Exactly.
And I think it's cool that you featured them into the backgrounds and the little shots here and there. And I think
It's also an
Pull up.
excellent. It's also an excellent marketing technique, just because people get invested and people want to go look at themselves.
That is the real foundation to connect the coast. Is like I know that vanity reigns supreme. You feel what I'm saying? I love looking at myself. You feel look at me, goddammit. But
Yeah.
I fucking no. But like everybody loves looking at themselves. So I know as I learn how to use this camera, let me just take pictures and post and tag people. And sure enough, they start posting and reposting and shit and connect the word to connect the coast spreads. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
like sharing other people's content helped me out.
Yeah.
That should be a lesson to everybody. That's why you should if you want to pop off, share some everybody else's shit.
Which is kind of, we're still want to go back to St. Elsewhere, which is kind of something I wanted to ask you about. Why are people so like not wanting to support other people around here? I feel like.
It's they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe that they actually have what it takes to make it. So instead of them investing more into themselves and more into their goals, they'd rather spend that energy into making sure somebody else doesn't get where they want to be. And B, they don't have the knowledge or the resources to make it, and maybe they're not qualified to make it. You know, I think there's a lot of that going on too. You feel what I'm saying? Because to me, when you really truly like, I never think about what other rappers on the coast are doing other than like being a fan of theirs and listening to them. You know what I'm saying? I don't worry. I don't like Cam Jones just put out a dope ass video with Captivitas. I don't look at that and be like, I'm not finna share this shit, man, because that's gonna take views away from me, man. Fuck that shit. Like, no, I believe that Cam Jones is in his lane. I'm in my lane. Me sharing his shit and giving him shine is not gonna affect me at all. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if anything, it's just gonna enhance the coast overall.
Yeah, so I feel like a lot of that goes around with everybody. Like, I feel like nobody's immune. So sometimes I feel like I do it accidentally. Like, I feel like I show love to some people and then I don't show love to them after a while. And it's just because I honestly forget. So I feel like it's some of that too, because like I'm not thinking about posting your shit, but I just don't remember to.
I do think it's fair though that like if you show someone love a couple times and it's never reciprocated, then you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't do that, but I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah. All right, so back to this. What was the whole vision? Because you said when we were listening to it, you took 2 years to make this song?
2 years to make this record. So I knew what I wanted it to be sonically. Like so first of all, my boy Akuo, shout out to him, super dope producer, does shit with like Disclosure and all kinds of people. Like, he's popping. He's from Tasmania, came over to LA.
That's wild.
Played a bunch of records for my boy Spencer, who introduced me to Akuo. And Spencer, we heard this and was like, yo, like, we need this. And so he gave us like the stems and shit, and I wrote it in like 30 minutes. And he heard the shit and was like, this is crazy, it's y'all's. Like, fuck it, no one else can have this record. So we started to build, like, during this time I was getting into a new group called The Good, the Bad, and the Thirsty. It was me. Spencer is like a really, really like prominent EDM producer, songwriter, singer. And me and him have a song called In This Moment, actually everywhere. Check it out. Super dope. It's on My Block on Netflix and shit.
Oh, okay.
No, it's a different song, but it is on My Block though, but
okay.
on season 1. And we were in this group. We were putting this group together with the Weeknd's engineer, and he had just finished doing Starboy and shit like that. And we knew it was right, but it was missing stuff. So the Weeknd's engineer had these dudes called the Ruin Brothers. They're in a band staying with him at the time, and they're signed to Rick Rubin. And so they heard the record and they're like, yo, this is crazy. And they're going to Rick Rubin's studio in Malibu the next day. So they took it there and they played all the guitars and all that shit, all the bass line, and they added to it and fattened it up and shit. And then we all broke up as a group. We stopped talking. So it took me like 6 months to get the files, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that the record was still mine, that I could have it, making sure everybody was cool enough to let me use their parts and do the thing. And then Spencer was originally on the hook, but I knew I wanted a gospel hook, and he's not a gospel singer. And when I think of gospel, I just did not want anybody else other than Ramona, who's from San Luis Obispo, and she went to my church, House of Prayer, when I was little. She used to always sing in the choir, and I just remember being little and being like, she could sing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I ever have a record, I want one with her. I used to say that when I was little. I want a record with her. If I have a record, and now I have a record with her, it's crazy. And like, we got to record it in San Luis Obispo with the Sauce Pot. Got to film it with one of the dopest directors on the coast, Angelo. Feature some of the dopest people on the coast at one of the dopest places on the coast. It's just exactly how I wanted it to be. So
that's dope. That's super dope. It's just a long time coming.
Yeah,
came full circle, and it looks and sounds really good, bro.
Thank you.
I really love the whole
mixed
like,
by Sean Ross.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Long Haul.
That's dope. I love the whole like beachy vibe to it for sure.
Yeah.
And the video fits perfectly for it, like the vibe and everything.
Thank you. I think, summer's on the way. It's going to take 3 months to heat up. So hopefully by the time summer comes, people are more familiar with it. And it's just, I think it's a good summer record, so.
Yeah, it's super dope. Super dope. Well, do you have anything for the people before we go? I think.
Absolutely. Fucking doing Connect the Coast is not free. You feel what I'm saying? It costs a lot of money, so we can always use help. You can do that by going to Connect the Coast. Going to patreon.com/Connect the Coast. Donating. All the money goes towards our events or goes towards equipment. It goes back towards the movement. You can always Cash App Connect the Coast. And definitely just support all the artists, D Banks, Central Coast GM, myself, Lord Sanctus, DJ Brother C, Shorty Dove. Follow us all on Spotify, Instagram, go to our websites, and just keep supporting local artists in general. Keep watching these podcasts, subscribing to DJ and Nate, and keep supporting us in general, because it's gonna take off sooner than later. And if y'all didn't support us, if you don't support us now, then don't try to holler at me.
Yeah, we'll fucking know.
Yeah,
we'll
I feel
fucking
that.
know.
I feel that. I
We're gonna
appreciate
fucking
that.
Remember this shit.
I appreciate that. If you're watching this on Friday, come out to the fucking Long Haul show.
come,
You bum.
Come peep
Hell
the song
yeah.
live on Friday.
I got tickets too. I know this is gonna be Thursday, but DM me right now. I'll have tickets if you need them. We can make sure you get in. Just holler at us. It's gonna be popping.
Fuck yeah. Make sure to follow Nate Sunday Sesh on Instagram and subscribe to us, please, because we need to hit that 1,000 mark. We're at like 140 some right now. We gotta get a slow climb, but
Yeah, Nate's
we can
trying to
probably
get the
do it by the end of the
coronavirus.
year.
I believe it.
By the end of the year, low-key, I said something on the last podcast. This is gonna come out like towards the end of the week. But if we hit 1,000 subscribers on
You'd try to go out
our
and get the
YouTube video,
corona.
I'd get the coronavirus and vlog it.
God, you're wild. Yo, is it true that some dude in Paso has the coronavirus?
It was in slow, but they denied it.
No. I heard that in Paso specifically, he went in, got diagnosed. They tried to quarantine him, and he dipped out. And so some dude running around.
No,
up here.
so they determined that he didn't have it and it was just
okay.
a flu, but they wanted to take him to be sure, and he was like, "Nah, fuck that, I'm not going," and then
Gotcha.
left.
I get
But
it
that
though. You
did
know they
happen.
charge you if they quarantine you. They charge you like $4,000 or $5,000.
No way.
Yeah, it's like you have to pay for that shit.
That's fucking.
I would have
crazy.
ran too, nigga. Fuck y'all. I'm not. Oh, Pop It Challenge, $300 twerk
Oh, I
challenge
seen that.
coming ASAP. Ladies, shake something real quick.
I feel that. Nate Nasty with 4 Ys, DJ_Rally on Instagram. Subscribe, do all that shit. You feel me? This has been Nate Sunday Sesh. It's your boy Nate,
It's your boy Deej.
and we out.